Welcome to another episode of Sober Second Thoughts. My name's Rick Zamperin. As we all get set for two more games for the Hamilton Tiger Cats this season. This coming Friday, it's the Ticats versus the Stampeders. We'll talk about that here on Sober Second Thoughts. And then the final game of the regular season for Hamilton in Ottawa 1 week later. Found out over the weekend that it is official. The Ticats not going to the CFL playoffs following Toronto's victory over Winnipeg, and which was one of a few uninspiring, not very entertaining games on Thanksgiving here in Canada. Toronto beat Winnipeg to officially eliminate the Ticats from the playoff picture. Edmonton completed the season sweep of the Stampeders. That wasn't a very entertaining game. Saskatchewan blew the doors off BC to clinch a home playoff game and move to within 1 point to first place Winnipeg. And then Montreal topped Ottawa in what was maybe the most unwatchable game of the 2024 season. Yuck. What's worse is only one of this week's slate of 3 games is going to mean something, and that is, at least in the standings, and that is Toronto and Ottawa at BMO Field, and that's really a battle for second place. Who's going to win and how it's all going to shake down? If I'm a betting man, I'm going Toronto all the way because Ottawa has looked horrible as of late. As I mentioned earlier, one more game for the Tiger Cats at home, and that is this coming Friday, 7 p.m. start at Tim Hortons Field as they take on the struggling Calgary Stampeders. There's going to be a time in the future on Sober Second Thoughts, and I'm sure we'll discuss it on the fifth quarter show on YouTube coming up on Friday night, and then the final Friday night of the regular season, when we look back at Hamilton's third consecutive losing season here in 2024, their first non-playoff appearance since 2017. But let me say this, despite not making the playoffs this season, Hamilton is hosting a Stamps team that has not won a game since August the 4th, 2 months ago, 0-7-1. The Cats, in their final message to their fans this home season, must win this game and convincingly to, in a small way, convince the hometown crowd, convince the fan base that it will be different next year. Whether or not it will, we cannot predict. But this is a final parting shot to say, hey, we didn't do well this season. Our record was not nearly good enough. And we want to reward you with a blow the doors off the Stampeders type of win. Let's not forget, they're coming cross country. They haven't won a game, as I mentioned, since August the 4th. This is an opportunity for the Ticats to reward the fans. Final sober second thought. The all CFL fan vote is now open. So you can go on to CFL.ca. You can log in or register if you haven't done so already and vote for the players that you think are worthy of being called the best in the league in 2024. So let me share with you the team that I have compiled at this moment. There's still a couple weeks to go, but this is the team that I have kind of collected or voted for on CFL.ca. Bo Levi Mitchell at quarterback, and I know this is going to be somewhat controversial with the likes of Cody Fajardo and Zach Caleros, and you might throw in a couple of other names there as well. I thought Bo has had a really good campaign, regardless of the team's record. Statistically, the leadership that he has shown in the locker room, especially after getting benched, being the guy and one of the best guys in the league, I'll tip my cap to Bo Levi at the quarterback position. Justin McGinnis at receiver, Brady Oliveira at running back, Stanley Bryan in the offensive line. It's a pretty good offensive core right there. That core four is pretty magical. On defense, Tyrese Beverett, Jake Serezna, Roland Milligan. Wow, what a 3-level of mayhem defense that would propose any team. And on special teams, pretty special. Former Ticat Liram Haralahu has been probably the best field goal kicker in the CFL this season. John Haggerty, his teammate in Toronto, an awesome punter. And another guy in double blue, I'd hate to say, Janarian Grant has been unbelievable. When healthy, 4 touchdown returns, a big difference maker. He can flip the field. That's my all CFL team. Again, vote for yours at CFL.ca. It is a lot of fun to do so. Again, another reminder that Sober Second Thoughts drops every Tuesday. We have picks, props, and predictions dropping every Thursday. And this coming Friday night, after the Ticats and Stampeders get done at Tim Hortons Field, we'll be live on the Fifth Quarter Show on YouTube at about 10 o'clock or so p.m. Eastern Time. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed thus far. I encourage you to do so if you haven't done so already. We not only talk about the Tiger Cats, but the Canadian Football League and football in general. And once the CFL season is over, at least the Ticats season is over, I want to hear from you. Do you want this show to continue throughout the CFL playoffs, up to and including the Grey Cup? And then at that time, we can have a conversation about what we want this space to look like in the CFL offseason. There'll certainly be some football news to talk about, but should we adjust to the NFL, the NHL, the NBA? Let me know in the comments. Throw me an email, fifthquartershow@gmail.com, and I'll respond. Thanks again, and have a great day. Oski wee wee.